Alrighty. Are we live? Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, there it is. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're watching this and it does not say live at the bottom of the screen, unfortunately, you're watching a recap. The good news is we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. You're on mobile. Press hot chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list and main channel. First link for the Scream Alerts boot camp and real estate course. But, ladies and gentlemen, very wild day already to start off. We had CPI yesterday. You had the PPI this morning. And if anything, it kind of gave some excuse to calm down. Pretty much it wasn't as bad as the CPI. However, the big story this morning right now is bank crisis in Europe now. So pretty much Credit Suisse, they were having problems yesterday. They try to reassure investors. One of the Saudi nationals who invested in the company pretty much said he would not throw any more money at it. People started freaking out, and now Deutsche Bank, BNP, Credit Suisse, any of the European banks, they are getting their round. Not to mention U.S. bank stocks are also down too. So we're coming off of CPI. We're coming off of everything from yesterday. However, now you have to deal with Europe's part of it and then the bank stocks recovery. That is still tumultuous for now, but here's how the market looks on the futures. They're pretty much near the lows of Friday and Thursday, Friday, and even where we were at Monday. So it's going to be quite interesting. It is Bankmageddon for now, but pretty much you had it spread. You had it spread. Whoa, what was that? Did I just see a emoji fly in the chat? That was weird. I saw like a little thing on this way. Wait, how did y'all do that? Whoa, that was weird. Did y'all see that? Oh, I don't know. Is the YouTube update the Chad? Oh, that's trippy. But Chad, it's going to be wild here. We're going to see how today plays out with European banks. We're going to go for, oh my gosh, what is that? Yo, what is that? Y'all see that? Oh, dude, look at that. Look. I never had this. You see this? Look at this. Oh, look at this. What is this? This feels like I'm on Instagram Live or something. Yeah, of course this is live, bro. Oh, man, that's wild. That's wild. All right, new YouTube feature for now. But Chattadonia, let's have a good day. It's going to be wild. Watch the European banks and get ready to end this week. It's Wednesday, but we got some time. And good morning, Chattadonia. What's up, baby? How you living? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Middle of the week. You made it. What's up, Drew? What's up, OCK Cole? 4-5, MFG Sosa. What's up, Pac-Man? Matthew Orman. Wednesday. Where? Wendy. When not Wednesday. Wednesday Adams. Sleepy Ed. Oh, Eduardo and Edgar. God bless you. What's up, Ricardo? What's up, Samuel? Oh, Ernest, good morning. Najee Wolf, baby, how you living? Laker, Jay, oh, good morning. Good morning, Jeremy Diaz. I know Carissa came to play with the Berries. She's ready to go. What's up, Tyloke? I know you ready to go. Anonymous, Battleborn. Yo, the chat's going crazy. Ben Stone, Carissa, Maria, Christina, Data Junkie. Good morning. What's up, Mr. Soto? David De La Torre, Decent, Caleb. Good morning. What's up, Doug? Good morning, man. Good morning. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Gilbert LeBlanc. Oh, Demon Bunnies. What's up? Good morning, Demon Bunnies. What's up, Yatana? How you living, Yatana? How you living, Real Fried Rice? What's up, Rosk? What's up, Charlie and the Tree? Oh, Payday Devil. Fed Chair Peach. Better Meta, baby. Good morning. Look at the chat. Sandy Wood. Good morning. Kevin Parks. Good morning. What's up, Raj? Ooh, let's go. Good morning, Rianne. Oh, okay, Chad, it's going too fast. If I missed your name, I apologize. I hope you know I still love you, and it's an honor to be here. I'm already taking my sweater off in the morning because it's cold outside, but, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. We're going to have a wild day of more banking activity, man, What's up, Open Face? Good morning. You ready, baby? You ready? God willing, we're going to have a good day. Oh, Charlie's stepping in. Oh, man, let's go. And even Demon Bunny, that was wild. Yeah, Credit Suisse. So if you want to keep it simple, Credit Suisse is the main story of the day, but pretty much every European bank is down. So I'm surprised. I had a play on the European banks. That's the one we made the other day. But I was getting a little concerned because Europe's Europe was looking more stable than not. However, all of those banks are down a lot today. The Euro EUFN is down 7%, which is not small. So let's see where this takes us from here. But Chattadonia, like that video, stay locked and loaded in the game. But let us get into the news. So what do we got here? Fresh turmoil at Credit Suisse. Roiled European bank shares indented U.S. futures. Europe stock 600 fell more than 2%, with a gauge of banks plunging more than 8%. S&P contracts slid. Treasury yields tumbled, while a gauge of dollar strength gained after 4 days of declines. The repo rate for the dollar, a key funding rate, has now moved higher. Traders priced in a drop of around 100 basis points of Fed rates by year-end from an expected peak of 4.8 in May. Credit Suisse stock plumbed till new depths, driving as much as low as 30% to a record, while its one-year CDS spread is said to be around 1,000 basis points, or about 20 times more than UBS and 10 times more than Deutsche Bank. The firm's dollar bonds due in 2026 plunged to distress levels. Saudi National Bank won't provide more assistance, its chairman said, citing regulatory hurdles. Core PPI was unchanged last month versus a consensus of 0.5 month-on-month gain. The annual pace slowed to 4.4 from a revised 5. Headline factory gate prices fell month-on-month and slowed to 4.6 from a revised 5.7 on an annual basis. Retail sales fell 0.4 month-on-month as expected in January's revised 3.2% jump. The banking crisis may worsen beyond the failure of SVB, said Larry Fink of BlackRock. Are the dominoes starting to fall? BlackRock chief said it's still too early to know how widespread the damage is. In other SVB reverberations, Goldman is likely to collect $100 million in service fees from buying a cache of SVB debt. The Fed is said to be considering changes to oversight of mid-sized banks, and U.S. prosecutors and the SEC were investigating whether Signature Bank did enough to detect potential money laundering by crypto clients before it was seized by regulators, and Bank of America is said to have mopped up more than $15 billion in new deposits in a matter of days. The oil market is contending with the surplus of Russian output as it defies predictions of a slump, the IEA said. Global stockpiles climbed to the highest in 18 months, and the agency revised their forecast for Russian production while demand growth remains subdued. In the U.S., crude supply rose last week, the API is said to have reported. Still, gasoline and distillate stocks are jumping. TikTok may consider separating from ByteDance in a sale or IPO if their proposal to U.S. national security officials fails. The U.S. business may be worth up to $50 billion. ByteDance was valued at $220 billion in a private market investment by G42, a steep discount to the $300 billion it set during a share buyback last year. Blackstone REIT, a fund for affluent individual investors, reported the biggest monthly total return in 6 months as February's dividend payments and rising rents offset falling valuations. HSBC is slashing the base pay for newly promoted investment bankers in the UK. Adobe is expected to field questions about the acquisition of Figma in today's earnings call. Chart of the day is Treasury liquidity is evaporating as banking turmoil muddies the rates outlook. Bid and ask spread between the 2, 10, and 30-year debt has widened to this month on the most in at least 6 months after data compiled by Bloomberg shows. That reflects elevated volatility, said Eugene Lowe at DBS. Late cycle dynamics and aggressive Fed, strong data and contagion risk are proving hard to stomach. 10 a.m., you're going to get March housing index and January business inventories. 10:30, EIA U.S. oil inventories. 11:30, $36 billion of 17-week bills. 2:30, Biden to discuss lower prescription drug plan. And 4 p.m., U.S. January TIC flows. Earnings include Adobe and Groupon. U.S. mortgage rates declined for the first time in 5 weeks, helping propel a measure of home purchase applications to the highest in a month. The contract rate on a 30-year fixed fell 8 basis points to 6.71, according to Mortgage Bankers Association data. Utility workers raced to restore power to parts of central Cali after the latest atmospheric river struck the state, with heavy rain and blasting winds plunging parts of Silicon Valley into darkness. Peru is also in the midst of a storm as Lima schools will suspend classes as they brace for the worst rains in recent memory. Kathy Wood said she wouldn't be surprised to see a return to the economy of the roaring 20s if the Fed addressed the deflationary banking crisis instead of looking backward at inflation. I'm surprised they didn't mention this. Are you ready? I forgot to put this on the watch list yesterday, but Kathy Wood's ETF, ARK, had the most inflows since 2021 yesterday. Why? Because as people are forecasting that the Fed will cut rates because of a banking crisis, they are all piling into ARK, hoping that lower rates will bring up unprofitable tech. So keep that in mind. But that was a big fun fact. Cathie Wood's inflows have skyrocketed in the midst of a potential rate cut and banking crisis. Jeremy Hunt will pledge to drive UK growth by unblocking business investment in his first budget, adding that UK will avoid a recession. Hunt said cost of living package, which includes previous announcements like extending 2,500 energy cap and raising benefits, are worth $94 billion a year. The ECB is aiming for 50 basis point rate hike tomorrow on expectations inflation will continue accelerating, Reuters reported. But one trader is banking the bank will slash rates below 1% next year. The trader made the wager late yesterday using options tied to 3-month Euribor futures. If it comes off, it would return $175 million, or more than 12 times the $14 million premium paid. French inflation was revised to 7.3 in February, the strongest surge for the country in the history of the euro area. Swedish inflation accelerated too. A measure that strips out energy costs and effects of rate changes has picked up to 9.3, the fastest pace since the early 1990s. China bond trading was disrupted after the regulatory told money brokers to suspend their data feeds on security concerns. Some platforms that provided real-time bond quotes showed blank screens. Traders reported to social media such as Tencent, QQ, and WeChat to share quotes. China's consumer spending, industrial output, and investment rebounded. Retail sales rose 3.5% in January and February. Industrial production gained 2.4%, and fixed asset investment grew strongly. Why do we got a damn hype train on the Twitch right now? What y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. Clappy, 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 clappy woods, y'all. The BOJ offered to buy $372 million of bonds maturing in 25 years or longer, half of the minimum expectations of the 100 billion yen. The 20-year yield continued to climb through the announcement. India's good trade deficit narrowed to $17.4 billion in February from $17.7. Vietnam's central bank cut their discount rate to 3.5 from 4.5 and reduced the overnight lending rate in the intermediate market to 6%. Xi reboots statesman image to counter U.S. on world stage. Russian output forecast was revised up by 300,000 barrels a day, putting the country on track for a drop of 740 a day in 2023. Global inventory surged to 7.8 billion barrels in January, the highest level since September 2021, and initial indicators of February suggest further builds. Oh, what's up, Jose? Welcome. World consumption will increase by 2 million barrels a day this year to average 102 million a day, surpassing pre-pandemic levels. Crude futures extended their decline to a 3-month low amid surplus and outlook for weaker demand. Russia's energy minister expects the country's production to fall this year. Interfax reported. Gold rebound from earlier losses while palladium slumped as much as 4. Copper dropped to the lowest in more than 2 months. China will cut annual crude and steel production for a third straight year, a person familiar said. The sector amounts to about 15% of national emissions, second only to electricity generation. The government will also ban new steel-making capacity. China's refiners processed a combined 116 million tons of oil in January and February, 3.3% higher than last year. That's equivalent to 14 million barrels a day. Steel production climbed 5.6. Aluminum output rose 7.5 despite some melters facing power shortages. T-Mobile U.S. is buying Mint Mobile, the budget wireless partly owned by Ryan Reynolds, for $1.35 billion. HKBN drew interest from PE firm PAG, people familiar said, setting up a potential bidding war with I Squared Capital. Toshiba is planning a board meeting on Thursday to discuss the buyout offer led by a private equity firm in Japan. I Squared Capital is considered selling 30% of their Think Gas distribution in a move that may value the Indian firm at more than $1 billion. Earnings include, Apple supplier Hon-Hai offered a cautious outlook for this year after reporting a profit miss. Zara owner Inditex full-year earnings also lagged. BMW rose after forecasting automotive EBIT margin of 8 to 10% for 2023, compared with estimates of 8.67. Burberry finds new CFO at luxury car maker McLaren Group. Startups around the world are preparing for life after SVB. Tesla was sued by customers who claim they've been forced to pay exorbitant prices and endure long waits to repair their cars. Caterpillar CEO says construction shows no signs of slowing down. SVB, JP Morgan stayed on the puck. Goldman likely to make $100 million on SVB debt purchase deal. Goldman private market banker Lyle Schwartz exits from the firm. Disney turned to lawyers, not superheroes, in their hunt for the person who leaked the script of the latest Marvel blockbuster, Ant-Man the Wasp of Quantumania. It was granted subpoenas ordering Google and Reddit to turn over any data that would identify the leaker after the script reportedly appeared on a forum and then was distributed via Google Docs about 3 weeks before the release. Was The White Lotus a documentary? What goes on behind the scenes of luxury Hawaiian resort, from sex workers at the breakfast buffet and stolen hangers to entitled honeymooners and haunted golf course? Our undercover reporter saw and heard it all. Now he is spilling the beans. White Lotus is a true story, apparently. As Wall Street rushes to restrict usage of ChatGPT, some companies are going the other way. Japanese fintech Layer X is making it mandatory for new recruits to use the AI tool and even testing it on them, warning it's dangerous to be too afraid to utilize new technology. Want to get ahead of yourself? Here's everything you need to know about ChatGPT. Russia built a secret pipeline for years before the war to ensure supply of chips even in the teeth of U.S. controls. Those tactics are helping their operators rebuild, dismantle networks, and deceive tech companies. U.S. officials allege Artem Us is at the center of the suspected supply chain that prosecutors say used American technology to support Putin's war. Citron Research deleted all of its old tweets after spending too much time dealing with class action attorneys and internet trolls. The short seller's founder said, "You can't do anything good in this world, especially as a short seller." Andrew left. He said, "I get so many trolls from old things, not new things." And then on this day in history, Nicholas II abdicated in 1917 after the February Revolution, bringing an end to the Romanov dynasty and leaving Russia without a Tsar for the first time in 300 years. He and his family were imprisoned by the Russian Provisional Government and exiled to Siberia. After the Bolsheviks took power in October Revolution, the family was executed in July 1918. Wow. Nicholas II. I have no idea who that is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know we got a couple of Nicholases in the chat, but I ain't know no Nicholas 2. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen no Nicholas 2 in the chat ever. Oh, what the fuck? Why do we have a level 8 hype train? What? Yo, I'm just trying to read the news, Twitch. Oh, my gosh. God bless you. Oh, Jay goes. Let's go, baby. What's up, Colton? God bless you. Charlie in the tree. It's Jay goes. Kobe Maguire. Demon Bunnies. I am Dubs. Real Fried Rice. Why y'all showing so much love today? What happened? Y'all woke up excited, huh? Oh, the market's down. I forget it's Twitch. I remember now. Y'all get embarrassed as hell. Y'all, you like that dollar? You like that EUFN? Yeah, that's what the Twitch is on. What's up, my bears? It's okay. I love you too, Bulls. I love everybody. Yeah, Twitch is just getting hyped right now. But don't get too hyped, okay? Don't get too hyped. Where is it, though? I got too hyped. I think I got too hyped. Where's my pre-market movers? There they are. There's my pre-market movers. You know, I lost everything, though. Where's my? There it is. So I got a couple of pre-market movers for you, Chad. Let us get into it. Oh, Wall getting mollywopped. Capital One reported charge-offs for February of 4.6 versus 2.1. Shares declined 6.3. EBIX plummets 26% after the software provider insurance company reported year-over-year drop in earnings. GES, GES, shares are down 7.9 after the apparel company gave an outlook that analysts said was weak. Movella Holdings, MVLA, had a loss of 80% of its market value going public last month. Stifel gave them a $7 price target. Shares gained 43%. Oatly rises 4.9 after the alternative milk maker posted revenue that beat average estimates. Porsche Group, PRCH, shares are down 8% after the Porsche Group, not Porsche. After the home service company reported fourth quarter results that analysts see as mixed. Sentinel One shares are up 3.7 after pre-market trading. The software company reported fourth quarter results that beat expectations. Smartsheet SMAR rose 8.1 after the software company forecasted higher adjusted earnings per share. Stonecore shares are down 3.4 after the Sao Paulo-based financial technology company reported fourth quarter results that analysts said were broadly positive, but there was softness in the outlook. Truist TFC is upgraded to buy from neutral at Citi. Shares fall 2.5%. U.S. banks sink pre-market amid a record plunge by Credit Suisse and other Swiss banks' top shareholders ruling out investing more. Wells Fargo, Citi down 5%. Morgan Stanley down 4%. PacWest down 17%. Wall down 6%. And then Zion down 9%. And then Vacasa drops 13% after the vacation rental management company said full-year revenue fell short of expectations for 2023. Good morning. We are down because it looks like the banking crisis is spreading to Europe. Pretty much Credit Suisse, BNP Paribas, and a few other European banks are down a ton, but mainly Credit Suisse, their credit defaults are rising. A big shareholder, one of the Saudi nationals, said that he is not willing to buy into it, and that sent everything down, and now people are worried that Europe is going to have to deal with their own, and then all of the regional banks, even the big banks from yesterday, they are down as well too. So we are going to see Chattadonia. It's already a wild morning. You're already getting a lot of stuff, so let's see what we have here. But I'm going to go pee. Let me get you some more news. Let them talk to you. They're talking PPI. Let them talk PPI. Michael McKee's a good guy. Good guy. So follow me on Instagram, at the Trading Fraternity. I love you. Let's have a good day. Put a smile on your face. Shout out to the Twitch for that hype train. And let's keep it running, baby. Here's your news break.
That people aren't paying attention to. The PCE is the Fed's index that follows inflation. And one of the things that's bigger in the PCE report is medical care services, and medical care services in the PPI, which will translate into PCE, they're rising. And so that's going to put some upward pressure on the PCE. We'll see how that turns out, but that doesn't come out till after the Fed meeting, so it won't have an influence. I did put in a chart of Empire just to show how much the whole thing fell down, John. It's really quite
amazing,
quite a change in the way things have been going in the New York State. But look at the volatility. That's the hard part too. How do you know what's going to happen month to month?
Not just the data. Let's talk about the bond market. Have you ever seen the 2-year in the Treasury market trade like a penny stock?
Yeah,
that's the story of the last week. Look at this morning.
And somebody asked me this morning, what signals should the Fed take out of it? I don't know that you can take anything out of it at this moment because they're being pushed around by all sorts of developments on almost an hourly basis. So how do you know what it is telling you? It's telling you that the market thinks there's less confidence in something. Is it the economy? Is it inflation? Is it the banking system? And so it is going to be an interesting discussion for them next Wednesday, and I would sure like to be a fly on the wall in Frankfurt tomorrow at
dear me.
The ECB.
Mike, can we finish there just briefly? I mentioned this earlier. I'd love you to respond to it as well. We talk a lot about how Chairman Powell doesn't want to be Burns, he wants to be Volcker. Do you think President Lagarde's worried about being Trichet? And I'm thinking of those hikes back in 2011, 2008.
It's a different situation because in this case, they know inflation is established and rising there, but I'm sure she has that example in mind.
Mike McKee.
They know they're effed. Anyways, Chattadonia, good morning. I hope you're ready for the day. Again, European banking crisis and pretty much U.S. issues spreading. That is the worry today, but mainly Credit Suisse. So you had PPI. If anything, it calmed down yesterday with CPI. I don't think it moved things much, but as you see, they're talking about 2-year bonds, even the 10 years moving all over the place. And then finally today, you actually have the dollar going up after 4 days of declines through all of this. But Chattadonia, I've given you some plays. You've got to hear from everybody on the news. So now tell me, man, what do you got? What do you got? I can't believe it. Shout out to the Twitch, baby. Let's go. Good morning. Well, what you got, man? What's your first play of the day, Chattadonia? Let's go. Let's run it. IVOL, UVXY, FRC, selling off hard. KRE puts. Got 800 shares, $5, selling cover calls. MMM shares, rubbing my silver bars together. Buy wall at 8, Tesla calls, wall puts. Tesla, covering my eyes. SQQ, meta puts. Yen out big. SPXL, SPY puts. XLF puts. SPY shorts, ES long. I love Jerome. SPX, SEF, gold. Cry out about my FRC, REK, AMD calls. SQQ, taking overnight put profits. Crypto calls. Ultra bear on any run-ups. Apple Zonian calls. Short CL, 72 on oil. Covering BBY shorts at 72. FRC, 40 put. LMT short. Short NVIDIA puts, Josh put, oh man, selling SPY puts, cuts, Ally puts, KRX puts, Josh, I love you too. Tesla, holding my oil plays, wall shorts, GDX, SQQ, LMT shorts, coin puts, OPK, FRB, SQQ, short Disney, OPK, SPY calls, in EFA puts, SQQ, Nestle, TQQ, OPK again, Tesla, CS puts, holding cash, TFC, LT, short and Credit Suisse, tons of puts, HYG, coin puts, SPY puts, Nestle calls, sidelines, short TLR, UUP, calls on European close, calls Habibi, outlet, short squeeze, Bitcoin short, Apple puts, NVIDIA puts, Ford puts, FaZe shares, UVXY, cover calls, puts, no to tech being strong, long regional banks, sell NQ, time for TLT2, MPW put, outlet, MES long, signature puts, and meta calls. Let's go, baby. That's cool, man. I see you guys all woke up very bullish. Today. That's what it sounded like, huh? But Chattadonia, let us not delay. I got more plays for you, but before any plays, before anything, we got to pay homage to a very special group of people, a group of people out there who have sacrificed more than most of us ever have and ever will, and I'm talking about the veterans of the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. So on behalf of the cult, the people here, the people not here, I want to give a huge special shout out, all the active servicemen, past servicemen, anybody who has served this country. God bless you and thank you for your service and the families as well, and I encourage all of you to show love and appreciation to all your veterans out there, baby. Thank you. And Shout out to all the public servants out there, all the doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, janitors, garbage man, people helping society run and providing a service. Even if you're volunteering with a nonprofit, man, I hope you get appreciation, and I hope you know we appreciate you too, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Senators! Oh, it's game time, baby. Or nah, let's go. Oh, good morning, Chattadonia. Good morning. Good morning, my friends. Oh, it's a good morning to have a good morning, huh? Oh, the Jets have been sent. Your favorite moment, there it is. It's there. It's there. And again, banks now are taking it on the head. And Europe for now. Again, I have a couple of plays pretty much. I'm going to be watching EUFN, any Europe banks, Credit Suisse, Coinbase, still have that short. Then going to be watching Wall and XLF, even FRC, and any of the companies that we listed on the watch list last night as far as the banks. I would be watching them. Then Meta, we saw how they outperformed today, but let's see if that continues. Then XOM, we've had a lot of talks on oil yesterday, and even oil is at a very interesting spot, so I would watch them. The dollar is finally up. I'm going to be keeping an eye on UUP. Then Apple, they had the news yesterday, the job cuts and all of that. I want to see how that plays out. And then Capital One and AXP. Capital One reported charge-offs here for their credit cards, and that increased. And maybe everything spreads to the credit card companies, but I think that'll take some time. But I'm going to be keeping my eyes out for them today. So, Chattadonia, let's get it popping. Let us have a beautiful, glorious day. I'm glad you're here. We don't have that much time, only 35 seconds, so like that video, okay? You know, let me know what you got. Call out any plays. You got any questions? Don't be too shy to say hi, and let's go. FRC cut to junk. Oh, another one? So, again, that's what they did yesterday morning with a couple, but I'm worried. Like I said, it's even the problem with Credit Suisse right now. This is what we were talking about yesterday on the watch list, is that the share price of these banks makes it very difficult for them to have a parachute, pretty much. So I would watch out, but FRC Wall, I'm going to be watching. And round one, fight. Damn. Oh, they haven't updated. Damn, they opened up those things at $5. Let's see. I'm looking at the EUFN. That spread is wild, actually, but no value there. Again, Credit Suisse is opening up down 30 or 28%. Let's see, where's Meta and Apple? So right now you're down 1%. NASDAQ is doing the best. Dow Jones is the worst. Meta's barely down. Meta's at 193 still. That's actually crazy. How is Meta at 193? So Meta's actually holding up very good. Let's see, Tesla, 75% on EUFN. That's shit. I thought it would, 7%, but I think we have a little bit of time and it's about to go in the money. Yeah, you're 25 cents from going in the money, so we'll see how that plays. But that option chain is pretty whack. Yields getting destroyed again. Let's see what everything's red. Utilities are the best at down 0.4. Consumer staples are down 0.5, and then energy is down 2, and then so are financials and then industrials as well. So those are your weakest industries right now. Let's see how this plays. Well, where's Coin? Coin found a way to stay up. You're a shithead. Sold puts at open. I'm out. Yeah, so you got 100% on the EUFN on the bid, and then the ask would be 200%. So they're starting to update a little bit. And then where's FRC and Wall? Wall down 7%. FRC's down 20. So Wall's actually not even doing that bad. They're the ones that slipped earlier yesterday. AMD pump, yeah, AMD's barely down. So not every tech, even though NASDAQ's down 1%, not every tech stock is necessarily down. EOFN puts. They're going up now. So we bought them at 30 cents. They're going for $80 now on the bid, $80 to $100. And then where's the UUP? I don't know if the dollar moved again. That's the first day that they're up. This happened on Monday with SPY and Tech. It did. Again, in just the last 3 days, you've been having the defensive moves. Meta is stupid. Watching NVIDIA too. NVIDIA and AMD, those are holding up. Meta is in the green now, so that's actually wild. Amazon, they're trying to go up, but still down. Apple's down 1%. Microsoft's only down 0.3%. Airbnb on the low. Again, Vacasa, they had bad guidance there. 3M at 101. Again, MPM, we got washed on that one. But it's okay. Give me the yield. Oil, yeah, oil is actually big. I would be watching oil here as we move forward. Damn, oil's down. XOM's down 4%. Phase is up. Credit Suisse has recovered 5% so far. So I'd watch Credit Suisse today to see if they recover, but then see if it does what SVB did. Wall is halted. Why? It wasn't even dropping. Is it a news halt or is that volatility halt? Volatility trading pause. Yeah, they got halted due to volatility. Okay, I was like, if that's a news halt, that's ugly. Microsoft high. Yeah, and then dollar plays shot up 30%. So actually dollar play kind of working here, but the bigger one is EUFN. That one actually hit. I think you could ghetto spread all those contracts if you want. I might want to hold them for a little bit. JPM, I haven't even looked at big banks yet today. Oh, they're down now, 3.5. And then Bank of America, they got $15 billion in deposits, but it doesn't look like it's helping them. My levels on the SPY, I think it's just going down to what's it called, 38.50 from yesterday. I think, let me go back to it. Yeah, 38.57 from yesterday, and then back down to 38.30, and then maybe around like 38.20, and then 3800, and then yeah, I don't want to say anything with 37, but that would come next after any of those. FRC, Amazon pop. A lot of things are still going up here. Again, NASDAQ is doing the best. You're only down 0.9, and the dollars came down a little bit. I would also keep an eye on the 2-year and 10-year yields. Don't forget about that. Netflix is on the high. Google is on the high. So big tech is actually really close to going green. And then you already have Meta is barely green right here. UK plans 241 of bond sales versus 233 billion estimate. Credit Suisse has already ran up 5%. Wall is still halted. FRC has recovered about 10% here from the open. G-Bill. Oh, they have one just like Bill McGoldman. Wall is halted, yes. MPW is down 10? Or from when we bought it? Oh, yeah, because yesterday I thought it was down 10 on just today. Today is ex-dividend, so even the next 2 days, I wouldn't be surprised if people start selling it there. But I think we get like 3% on this month, which is good. Bonds up with the dollar. I think today is just the first time the dollar skyrocketed, and I think it's just easy to blame Europe. I mean, think about it. If there's problems with Europe and Credit Suisse now, there might be a big incentive for people to pull out and go straight to the United States, either through dollars or treasuries. So I'm not surprised as much on that move. And the dollar has been down. That's why we made that play there a couple days ago, because when everything was dropping, for the most part, you had the dollar holding up very, very steady. Oh, shit. Yeah, wait, hold on. Rate hike pause odds are increasing. Why? So now it's a higher chance of a pause than a rate hike of 25. So today's PPI should have helped the 25 basis points, if anything, but that is something about this now. Again, more banking fears. Looks like it's spreading there, but we got to see what happens. Because if those stay up there, that's not really what I was expecting here. So we got to watch that till the end of the day, end of the week, because then the pause is going to be that will say a lot with the one week ahead of Powell. Remember, every day closer, you're more likely to get the final whatever shows on that chart is more likely going to happen. So SPY coming down a little bit. You had your first little run up there. Now a little drop. 38.59. You're about to fill yesterday's gap. Yeah, so literally the levels just go down to 3,800. I think it could go as low as like 37, like 70, I believe. But here's all of your levels here for today. So pretty much right where we're at. And then 38.56, 57, that's where you're at here. And then 38.46, and then pretty much 38.30 to 38.09. So 38.58, you technically haven't filled the gap yet, but we're getting there. And here's just context from the last couple of days. That's Thursday. That was Friday. This was Monday. This was Tuesday. So you're right in the middle of pretty much the trough of the downside. Oh, my gosh. You know what else you're in the middle of? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Bradley Frizzle and the Peach. Oh, right here, right now, Peach Nation, this is live. The Bradley Frizzle and the Peach has arrived. Better get your ass up. Oh, no, let's go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, you've been peached. Wow, let's go. God bless you, Bradley Frizzle. Thank you for the consistency. Chad, do you feel it? No wonder the market flipped right there. Oh, that's crazy. Apple is coming down. Europe banks are still holding. Again, Credit Suisse has recovered about 10% here from the open. So have a couple of the other banks. Even FRC, they've recovered half. Bank of America has recovered 1%. Some of the big tech is still struggling, trying to get green here. And then NASDAQ still down 1%. Everything's down 1%. SPY's down 1.5. I think Wall is still halted. No, they got unhalted and then halted again. BOK is on the high. Zion's working their way up. And MPW, Microsoftian, late CPI dump. Where's 3M? He wanted 100. He wanted 100. Pause odds. It's so weird. Again, the PPI data and retail sales, I mean, you would have thought it would have kind of supported things, but just now I think with Europe, last thing we want is this. If this does spread beyond America, then this turns into a total shit show. But if you watch yesterday's watch list, you should be prepared into what to watch for. But we're going to find out here. And then dollar trying to work its way up. FRS halt. Or FRC. Coinbase is positive. Screw you, Coinbase. Meta, they're down now. So for Apple, Boot is on the high. Boot Barn, they don't care about a banking crisis. Get your boots today. Signature still halted. Signature should be bankrupt, or pretty much Signature should never trade again. Again, Signature Bank and SBV are taken over. So the stocks will never trade. Maybe eventually, but as of now, if you have Signature or SVB, I mean, you could try to finesse your broker into paying you if you have puts. But other than that, that stock is not going to trade again. You guys are like, good stuff at Boot Barn. Yeah, the CS, the credit default swaps on Credit Suisse are insane. It's highest on record ever. And Credit Suisse has had like 5 other times we thought they were going to collapse. So that's why people in Europe are freaking out. I mean, 8% is big. And then it's also factoring into another, a lot of other banks, like even BNP Paribas and a few others out in Europe, they are getting affected too. So Apple's coming down. Bank of America, where's XLF? Man, of course. And then JP Morgan finally dies today. JPM's coming down. I think that's how you know you're getting more banking fears if you actually watch JP Morgan go down with all of them. Because they're down a lot. I think everybody's just back to the gulag of near the lows. Actually, Goldman's hitting a new low, so that's actually surprising. JP Morgan is not hitting a new low. Wells Fargo started at a new low, and then Bank of America hit a new low. So that's wild, actually. I can't even believe Goldman is trading now below Thursday and Friday levels, even Monday. And SPY's coming up here, still down 1.2%. European banks have recovered about 1% so far. Yeah, First Republic halted for volatility after pairing drop. American Public shares halted after 33% drop. Fresh Pet offering convertible bonds. Credit Suisse just pretty much, there was like an interview today with a Saudi national who already owns a big stake in Credit Suisse, and they asked him if he would put more money into the bank, and he said absolutely not. And he said it's because regulatory issues. So then people got worried because, one, he said he didn't want to buy it, and people saw the Saudis as the ones who would come in and try to buy the assets, and then everyone started freaking out. And then once they realized they wouldn't, and then all of the European banks just sold off, Credit Suisse credit defaults started rocketing up, and then everything in America also part two. And then not to mention the movement that you got yesterday out of some of the regionals, it was not confidence inducing. FRC is unhalted. They've recovered about 15% this morning, which is still a very sizable move. And then Wall is unhalted. They've recovered another 6-7%. A lot of banks have actually moved straight up here at the open, even the market kind of in general. Boeing's down 3.5%, approaching $200 again. There's Meta now right back on the high. They were the leader yesterday, and now they're kind of doing it again here today. Oh, TYD's back up. Dude, the bonds are insane. What the fuck? Excuse me. Yo, I didn't even realize that. Bro, 10-year is shooting up again? That TYD has already came. Yeah, that's actually danger zone. Wow. Tempted to play the regional banks for massive bounces. Honestly, as long as they don't get halted and go bust, it's not a bad strategy. I think if they do really go low and low and low, I mean, I can't even believe Wall hit $8, but a lot of people are doing that. There's a lot of people just trying to flip them from small money to big money. So the risk to reward makes sense. You just got to watch out. But, you know, pretty much it's a wild game of musical chairs. That's pretty much how it's going to play. Because if that music stops, you got the wrong position, you get a little bit of the clap, you know? I'm in TYD. I don't have TLT. I don't have any bond plays except for one of the ETFs right here, like a levered ETF, which is doing decent, but I'm definitely I'm not as exposed to bonds as I was at some other points. And then we have shorts on the European banks and puts, and then dollar calls, and those are actually coming up. But besides that, I just have bond plays on TYD. NASDAQ is chilling, but it's still down almost 1%. Boeing is down 3% right now. Citi is on the low. So I think that's the first big bank now that's starting to drop. A lot of, except for like JP Morgan and Goldman. You keep getting a message when you try. No, I don't know what that is. It's probably YouTube. Open running. I still have that Boeing short. I think it's on the screen. I'm down on it $10 a share, but it's came back a decent amount. But every time I get to the level where I'm about to make money on it, it literally bounces up. And that's happened about 3 times in the last 3 weeks. So we'll see if it actually works. And then bonds are rocketing up again. I don't know how I feel about that, but even the 200-day is going crazy. Or the 2-year. At least dollar came down a little bit. You're starting to go down after your first little cash open runs. Even a couple of defensives are coming down. I mean, you barely, I don't even think you filled the gap from Monday's close. So let's see. Citi keeps selling off. That's another big bank that keeps going down. Citi, JP Morgan, and Goldman are leading the way lower, and the regionals are getting a bounce more or less. It's actually kind of ironic because regionals opened up lower, and then they're getting bid up right now. And then the big banks and like the ones we thought that were more defended, they're getting clapped, and that's probably a result of European contagion, more or less. And then European banks have recovered 2% from the morning here. Yeah, bro, TLT and any of these bond plays are crazy. Again, even with the dollar now too, but the bonds and how the 2 years moving between the last 3 days to go up 80 basis points, down 50, and then back up. The 2 year is like, it is tweaking out, and I think that's why you are what you're watching with TLT right now. I think that's reflected here in the Fed futures, because again, the odds right now, if the Fed met tomorrow, the Fed would pause. So 1 week away, though, as of today, this morning, the Fed future odds of a rate pause are at 63% right now. So that's, again, just to give you context of how wild the bonds are moving today. Are we at yesterday's low? Borderline, that's where we were. I mean, we're kind of like in the middle of yesterday. Or no. What am I saying? We're at the middle of Monday. We are at yesterday's low. Yeah, we're in the middle of Monday levels. TLT, I think yesterday you should have got your TLT calls, but it's probably going to bounce back and forth like that. I think you're going to have one of these. You're going to have one more drop eventually. It's going to move volatile, but if it does break out from here, it could go crazy. But pretty much in the next week, there is the potential for a TLT, especially if Powell actually pivots or pauses. But right now, I mean, I'm still kind of blown away that you are fully pricing in a pause right here. Bank of America is coming down. AMD is doing great, actually, up 0.3. Pause is right now factored in as the majority. So like if the Fed came into a Fed meeting tomorrow where the bonds are today, technically speaking, they would follow and pause. So if it stays, if the conditions of today uphold until next Wednesday, we are probably going to get a pause. So if you have more European issues, the banking system does not get much better between now and Wednesday, and no other data supports a heavy cool down or a run up in inflation where people would want to raise rates, you pretty much are guaranteeing a pause now. But like we said, the last 3 days we've been going back and forth with this, so we have to see where it ends up. But as of now, I mean, I'm just trying to show you why the bonds are moving nuts, whether it's Fed futures or the 2 year or the 10 year. It's definitely telling you something. Not to mention now you're kind of watching the situation spread. PAC W on the low. So PAC West, they were on the list. They've already given up that 8% rally from the morning. FRC is still halting. Wall is about to come back down again. SVB shareholders, they just lose all their money, and then everyone's trying to work out what happens to the put holders and the people who shorted it. We are buying extreme fear. Smart money's buying the Fed. This is not an overreaction. I didn't say it was an overreaction at this point. I'm just trying to give you context as to how much the bonds are moving, and now it's there. But pretty much a pause is, like I'm saying, if the conditions of today continue, Europe banking does not get resolved, gets worse. Same thing with the United States, and any other data pretty much does not show anything extremely hot. Right now, the market is getting ready for a pause. But the wild part is yesterday that went away a little bit, and then the day before that it was saying pause once again. So I don't think this is an overreaction. The only time we've been talking overreaction was a couple of days ago in terms of, figuring out all this stuff. But, I mean, there's a reason why we bought plays on the dollar and everything else, and then we're saying wait. But as of now, day number 5 coming into this, this is going pretty good. I don't know if the pause will be bullish. I mean, this is what here's the funny part is just like, this is what everybody's been saying. Everybody wanted a pause or a pivot, right? But be careful what you wish for, because a pause coming around like this is just very, very weird in the sense that it's not going to be as easy to read as, okay, it's bullish, but there will be some bullish impulse. However, I mean, at this point, like you said, fear is going up. Just right now, extreme fear is causing these reactions, and that's it. I think realistically, I think it's boiling down to Europe because that Europe play shouldn't have hit. I'm telling you, it's like we're up on the EUFN. That's moving down 8% in one day, but that wasn't supposed to hit in 48 hours. Simply, most people thought Europe would be way stronger and then go forward, or it would happen maybe later. But as of now, I think Europe adds a little bit more to the whole fear because now it's U.S. and Europe at the same time. Pretty much banks, if you have to deal with regional banks to Credit Suisse, that means this banking issue has gone global. If they pause, I mean, right now we're not talking rate cuts, we're talking rate pauses, but that would defend with anything else that happens. The EUFNs, they're up 100% on the bid. They were up 200% at open, which is kind of shitty in my opinion, but I'll take it. Microsoft's running up, so watch out. You're going down here, and I think this could be, again, more of your big banks. The banks are leading everything down right now. Bro, energy's down 3.8 and financials are down 3.1. So I think that's what's leading it down. But you have tech working, but then the bonds are down, and then the bonds are coming up, yields are coming down. And then, of course, they squeeze me on Coinbase. Yeah, FRC has already moved 15, 20% today. Just like intraday, it's moved an additional 15% what it's already on. And then, whoa, is that Boeing at 196? No, it's 198. End phase on the high. Goldman is flushing bad, and at 300, Goldman gets pretty nutty. Wall is trying to hold up. Microsoft keeps running 10-year, hitting a new low on the day. You could even watch Shy as well. That's the 2-year for the most part. Oil service index sinks 6.5%, lowest since October. End phase is on the high again. There's Microsoft. Bro, why is Microsoft running like that? So Apple's negative. Microsoft's up 1%. Even Meta's not even up anymore. So you're bouncing at VWAP. Again, you're still down over 1%. I mean, NASDAQ's right under 1%, but everything else. And you're just hugging this 3860, which is around the levels of Monday. This is where we kind of had a lot of support on Monday. So if that does break, if we do fall, I think it's going to be pretty dirty. Just get ready for that because this is a lot of support here. If that doesn't hold up, we're clapped. Cat lows, yeah, for yesterday. Again, industrials are down a lot. Caterpillar, Boeing. I'm surprised Boeing's even down that much. Warren and Blumenthal want DOJ SEC probe of SVB executives. So let's say somebody bought SVB at 40 and they lose all the money they invested. So somebody bought it. You sound like you're on a drug forum asking about drug. You like so someone I know, let's say they were gonna take 15 pounds of mushrooms at $40. Yeah, but no, yes, you would lose all your money. So if you bought SIVB at $40, all of your money is gone. If you bought Signature Bank at $18, all of your money is gone. Because now the government takes control. The depositors are guaranteeing. So if you have money deposited with the bank, you get all your money back. But if you have simply just bought equity, you have zero protection. That is your, actually, that is how capitalism works. Believe it or not. That's what I learned the other day. So 38.57, you pretty much filled the gap. You ticked as low as 38.56. Yeah, 38.64, you filled the gap from the other day. This is one level. You have a soft level now at 38.40, then 38.30. But realistically, if you go any lower than 38.30, I think you're going to 3,800 flat. MMM 160. We might need to get in there. But even the market, bro, looks hideous. So we might get back to yearly lows. Remember, that's where we were at the other day, or I think it was Friday. Bro, bonds are rocketing. Actually insane. Credit Suisse, they're just chilling for now. Again, European banks still down 7, but they have actually got more support here. The European banks are moving way more stable than U.S. banks. That's the part that sucks about it. Dude, JPM's down 4. But, like, you actually have, you're actually getting way, way bigger moves out of U.S. banks. So even though the main theme today is kind of Credit Suisse and Europe banking crisis, just don't underestimate a lot. Dude, a lot of these names now are lower than Thursday or Friday, which is kind of wild. Schwab is trying to work its way up. Again, SPY here. We're going through the levels. Pretty much you got a couple more points, but the way I'm looking at it, 38.47, 38.48. If you fall below there, that's the danger zone. Then 3,800 will be in the cards. 3,800 flat. NVIDIA flipped. So did AMD. Yeah, 3M is getting clobbered. PW. If you have no more bank fails in the coming days, you think we could rock it? I don't know if we would rock it, but I think we would kind of stay within the range. So pretty much assuming nobody else fails, I wouldn't be surprised to stay in between $34 and $30 on XLF. Does that make sense? So this is where it all started, and here's like the halfway point. Pretty much I would use this as your range. So it's like, because now you only have 2 more days of the week. If no one goes bust, you could stay in that range, and then you have 2 more days, and then it's Powell. And then depending on what Powell does, we'll find out. And then also just any other updates. But now at this point, you could have broken out automatically yesterday. It gave that up. So I think we're probably going to stay in a slight range until we let these fears kind of blow over. Yes, banks do not carry as much cash. And just the thing I said yesterday, people brought this up this morning on Bloomberg. The share price of these banks has a big effect. You got to think about it, especially like Credit Suisse or any of these banks struggling. Like, you got to realize, like, what were, like, before any SVB went bust, does anybody know the attitude that a lot of these bank managers and CEOs had about capital? There was always something in the back of their mind that they believed that they could do. You got to really, really think about it. And that's why this is actually important, because now if they do it, you're going to die. That's the crazy part. Not bailout, before bailout. That's the second level of moral hazard. Yeah. Bro, they thought they could just sell shares. I hope you realize that. Like, do you know how many of these bankers and even just companies on the market, in the back of their mind, they're like, all right, fuck it. If we need cash, we could just do an offering and raise capital. But now your stocks are down 30 to 40%. And then if you raise capital, every single investor is going to flee to the exit. So that's why I'm saying the ones with the lower share price, even Credit Suisse, it becomes very, very hard for them to operate. And now any problem they're running into, it offers a much, much deeper risk, because if you try to raise capital and it's capital that you need, you run the risk of starting more of a bank run. $10 a.m. data. Yeah, we have real estate data. Our business inventories. I think housing index supposed to come out. Yeah, housing index came in at 44. Estimate was 40. So hot housing market, or at least as of recently. And then business inventories dropped 0.1. Estimate was 0. Then bonds keep running up, bro. 2% on the 10-year is insane. Or on IEF. Why is Amazon so pinned? Bonds going up means people are panicking. That's it. This is day 2 now. Like, you got to, like, here's the story. SVB, right? And then everybody freaks out the next day. This is the SVB. Everybody starts buying bonds because of it. And then you wake up Friday. Things are awful. Or I guess this one was, this was Tuesday. This is Friday. This is Monday. Then this was Friday. So then this was Monday. As we're lower, again, that was kind of the peak of it. You found out Signature Bank goes bust too, but Fed has a backstop. You calmed down yesterday for the most part, and then now you're back up as you have people reacting to Europe crisis. Pretty much people are buying bonds, and they're rushing into bonds, and that's why now, is getting clapped. That's why the Fed futures are saying we are probably going to pause. It's came down a little bit, but for the most part, it's there. Yeah, that ZN is running, bro. It's going to be insane. All of the bonds. Bank of America, February charge-offs 1.6. Delinquencies 1.1. Oh, are we getting bank data today? So Bank of America just reported charge-off data. Do we buy or sell the first pause? Pause, I mean, I think it'll be a little bullish, but it's not necessarily the cut. But I'll just tell you now, if they do pause, I mean, that means the odds of a recession approaching have increased dramatically. So I think there will be some bullishness, and the market is going to probably move slow. But if they do have to pause or cut, just know, though, that that's it, where everybody's on notice at that point. Yeah, I did see that the Yang plays are coming back very, very well, actually. But let's see. Honestly, we just got to get through the next 2 days, and then we're going to find out with Powell. Because that's why. We just got 2 more days. We see if any of this tension stays the same or not, and then we go from there. And then we find out really if it's going to be a pause or not. All right, big pop there off the bottom. Remember, you filled 30. It was like 38, 60? Or 57 was the low. You're almost 10 points above that now. That was a decent-sized bounce. That was 15 points or 13 points from the low. Wait, where's volume again? I haven't even looked. Remember, other day. Another 26 million in 30 minutes, dog. Whew. Ay. Dude, the amount of volume on all these days is ridiculous. So we could still move a lot, because this is all on very, very big volume to start out. Yeah, UUP is running up there too with them. Would 25 be bearish? 25 would not be bearish. A pause or a cut would be confusing bearish. Because I think people would respond to it bullishly for a little bit, but then the idea of them pausing now means that this situation is getting out of hand. So like I told you just yesterday, it's never the first solution. And if they start having, like, pretty much, bro, if the Fed starts scrambling and changing plans, that means, the storm that we are heading into is probably going to be substantial. TFC. At least inflation will come down. Yeah. No Fed talking this morning. No, I did not see it on the schedule. It'd be nice. Hear from a Fed, Hear from a Fed. Treasury 10-year drops more than 30 basis points on the day. Jeez. Dude, this is insane. Chad, this is crazy. Remember, I showed you this. I said this move in 1 or 2 days is wild. Now you're here. Rates have moved 3/4 of a basis point in a week. Bro, that hasn't happened once. Maybe June 2022. Not even, though. That was from like what? 3.3 to 2.9? That's what you did today. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's low key. You only saw these like in like 2007, 2008, maybe 2002 when yields would actually drop like this. This is insane. So people are buying TLT. People are buying bonds. They're rushing into them. This is actually a historic move. So shout out to Europe. EUFN's moving up though. They're only down 6 now from down 8.5. Microsoft still green. Bank of America, they released charge-offs not too long ago. Dollar bond Chicle. MRK's on the high. MRK's running. Johnson & Johnson. Procter Gamble's up. So defensives are still liking it. Hitting TLT again. I'd be looking for the bonds, but I do want to wait a little bit now. Like I said, the risk when it moved like that was already high. People keep running into it. I bought TYD, which is still doing decent, but I'd want to wait until if we could get something cheap to play it. Otherwise, I think we could play it through other means. But now, I mean, you're gonna watch this happen for a lot. Like, that's it. Just now bond volatility is awoken. You're going to get some wild swings here. And then once we kind of know the situation, it'll be good. But I'm not opposed against buying bonds right now as an insurance play. I wouldn't buy them to, like, hold. It's straight up understanding. Like, I'm telling you, if you are going to buy bonds, you should be buying bonds as if you were one of these other investors just looking for insurance. That's it. Any of the other plays, I bought dollar and bonds, or I bought dollar and shorts on Europe simply as insurance if this actually just blows the lid off of everything. But if things calm down, then we'll be good. Warren and Blumenthal want DOJ to probe SVB executives. China's been relatively calm in all of this, believe it or not. Like, they have equities that have been moving here, and China has already given up a lot. But for the most part, I mean, we haven't heard a solid China headline in a long time. Humana's on the high. Quickly, get to the bonds, Harry. Get to the yield. You have no time left. The 10 years dropping. European bank crisis. Harry, quickly get to the yield. Stop delaying. Come with me if you want to yield. Right now. Harry, quickly, everybody. Get to the yield now. Now, you need to do it. Sorry. 3 days in. Oh, dude, you guys want to hear something? Bro, I have something for you. Okay, can I get a like? Can I get a like out there? Can I get a like for all the real ones? All the real ones out there looking beautiful, feeling good today. Look at my beautiful audience out here. Y'all look so beautiful. You gonna like the video. You know that? Because as the only beautiful people like the video. I see it. I see how beautiful you are. You're gonna like the video. I could sense it. I see it from a mile away how beautiful you are, and I just know you are inclined to like the video. You know what I'm saying? You beautiful, beautiful audience out there. God bless you. God bless you, my beautiful people. Yeah, you're beautiful. Of course you're going to like it. My sponsor, my chart sponsor is brought to you by Get to the Yard quickly. Everybody, your message is brought to you by Arnold in the Yard. Hurry, get to the Yard if you want to live. Act now accordingly. Hurry, you have no time left. Actually, you have a lot of time, but still, get to the Yard. Hurry now. Okay, anyways, what I wanted to share with you for liking the video is I understand now why the government has banned TikTok from government phones, bro. You know why? Because yesterday I saw a TikTok that was posted by a senator. It was crazy. And then I went to this guy's profile, and it's a full senator who have a damn TikTok page, bro. This guy got better social media than me. I'm telling, dude, and he gave an update on the banking situation. But, like, I was tripping out. So you guys want to listen to it? No, listen. It was pretty. He posted this over the weekend, and you could hear a little bit about how they, that Congress Zoom meeting that they have. Here it is. This is what's his name? Rep Jeff Jackson, Congressman NC-14.
You're probably seeing a lot of headlines right now.
Let's see.
It's about 2 a.m. and I just wanted to bring you up to speed on everything that's happened tonight because you're probably seeing a lot of headlines.
FRC on the high.
Earlier tonight, there was an emergency Zoom call with several hundred members of Congress. It was convened by the Treasury Department, and we were given about 15 minutes notice. It was literally on regular Zoom. I was sent a link, I clicked the link, and most of Congress was there. That's not normal, but neither is the situation. The purpose of the meeting was to announce extraordinary steps that will now be taken to
Wall and
secure our
FRC are on the
financial
high.
system. You're going to hear from the president today, along with leaders of both parties, but here's what's happening. 3 days ago, we had the second largest bank failure in American history.
This is legit.
It happened because there was a bank in California called Silicon
This is
Valley
from
Bank. It lost
Sunday
a lot of
night.
money, causing a lot of its
Congressman,
customers to
not
get
senator.
scared
Yes,
and
excuse
try to
me.
withdraw their money, and it caused a run on the bank. So the federal government, through the FDIC, stepped in and closed the bank. Here's the problem. Typically, your deposits in a bank are only protected up to $250,000. But the vast majority of customers at this bank had deposits more than that because this bank specialized in startups and small businesses. And the uncertainty about what would happen to customers with more
Bonds
than
are dropping and the dollar.
$250,000 in deposits started to spread to other banks. A New York bank failed last night. Others have started flashing red. Basically, people with money at smaller banks were getting scared and transferring their money into bigger banks, and we were in the early stages of a domino effect. Which brings us back to the emergency Zoom call. All the depositors at the Silicon Valley Bank will be made whole. Same with the bank in New York. We're going to pay for that with a fund that banks already pay into, not with taxpayer money. And the people being protected are just the depositors. These are mainly businesses that otherwise would have to close and lay off thousands of people because they chose the wrong bank. We're not protecting the management or the people who own stock in the bank. Right now, every step being taken has one purpose: to make sure this domino effect ends now. We caught it early.